I destroyed my marriage in less than a minute. Not with cheating, not with yelling, not even with a fight. Just by picking up my wife's phone and reading one message I was never supposed to see. The worst part, if I had ignored that notification, my life might still be normal today. But curiosity is a strange thing. Once it starts whispering in your ear, you can't unhear it. I had been married for 11 years. My wife, Emily, and I met when we were both 24 to we build our life slowly. First apartment, first car together, 2 kids. A boy who loves baseball, that a daughter who thinks I'm still the strongest man in the world. From the outside, we looked like the couple that had everything figured out. Friday night pizza, weekend soccer games, family road trips every summer. Nothing flashy, just normal life. And honestly, I liked it that way. But somewhere along the line, something started to change. Not suddenly, quietly, like a slow leak in a tire you don't notice until you're already stranded on the side of the road. Emily used to tell me everything. Every weird coworker story. Every funny thing the kids said. But over the past year, conversations started getting shorter. Then rarer. Then almost non-existent. At first I blamed work. She had started a new job at a marketing company downtown. Long hours, big projects. I told myself that was the reason she seemed distant. But there were small things I couldn't ignore. She started guarding her phone. Not in an obvious way. Just subtle. Turning the screen away when she typed. Taking it with her even when she went to the bathroom. At night, she'd lie in bed scrolling, and the moment I got close, the screen would go dark. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe it was just privacy. But the human brain is dangerous when it starts filling in blanks. And mine was getting very creative. I didn't confront her. I didn't accuse her. Instead, I watched. And the more I watched, the more things didn't feel right. She started working late, more often. New perfume. New clothes. The kind she never used to wear. I kept telling myself the same thing. Don't be paranoid. Don't ruin a good thing. But that little voice in the back of my head wouldn't shut up. Then one night it happened. It was a Tuesday. Nothing special. The kids were asleep. Emily said she was taking a quick shower. Her phone was sitting on the kitchen table. Face down. I wasn't planning to touch it. I swear. But then the screen lit up. Just for a second. A message notification. I glanced at it. And the name that popped up wasn't one I recognized. No contact photo. Just a name. Daniel. The preview of the message showed only a few words. But those few words felt like a punch in the chest. I miss you already. My stomach dropped. I stood there for a long moment, just staring at the phone. Part of me wanted to walk away, pretend I never saw it. But another part of me needed to know. So I picked it up. My hand was shaking. The phone wasn't locked. And when I opened the messages, my entire world shifted. There were dozens of messages. Weeks of conversations. Maybe months. But they weren't what I expected. Not exactly. Yes, there were flirty messages. Inside jokes. Late-night conversations. But something about them felt strange. Different. One message said, "I wish things had turned out differently back then." Another said, "Seeing you again brought back everything." I kept scrolling, trying to understand, trying to breathe. And then I saw it. A message Emily sent earlier that day. "I can't keep doing this. It isn't fair to my husband." My heart started pounding. Then Daniel replied, "You said the same thing 10 years ago." 10 years. That's when everything suddenly made sense. Daniel wasn't someone new. He was someone from her past. Someone she loved before me. Someone she had just reconnected with. I heard the shower turn off upstairs. And suddenly I realized something terrifying. Emily had no idea I was reading these. I had just stepped into a secret conversation that wasn't meant for me. When Emily walked into the kitchen, I was still standing there, holding her phone. She froze instantly. Not angry. Not defensive. Just scared. And that reaction told me everything. Neither of us spoke for several seconds. Finally, she whispered, "Did you read them?" I nodded. That was it. No yelling. No dramatic accusations. Just two people standing in a quiet kitchen, watching their life fall apart. She sat down slowly, like her legs had stopped working. Then she started crying. Not loud. Not hysterical. Just silent tears. And she said something I'll never forget. "I didn't plan for this to happen." Apparently Daniel had moved back to the city earlier that year. They ran into each other at a coffee shop. One conversation turned into another. Then messages. Then late-night talks about the past. She said they never crossed the physical line. But emotionally, they already had. And that might have hurt even more, because it meant something deeper was missing, something our marriage used to have. I looked at her and realized something terrifying. The woman sitting across from me was still my wife, still the mother of my kids. But somehow, she had also become a stranger. That night we talked for hours. Hard conversations, the kind people avoid until it's too late. We didn't decide everything right away. We didn't magically fix anything either. Trust doesn't repair itself overnight. But one thing became painfully clear. Problems in a marriage rarely start the day you discover them. They start years earlier, in small ignored moments, unspoken frustrations, quiet emotional distance. And by the time you finally notice, the crack in the foundation has already spread. Today, our life looks different. Not perfect, not broken either, just honest. And if you're watching this and something in your relationship feels off, don't ignore it. Don't wait for a notification on a phone. Don't wait for the moment that shatters everything. Because sometimes, the truth you discover is one you'll wish you never saw at all.